so I just wanted to just test the jar just to like see the compliments you've written up. Just I was in a good mood. I wanted to see how it go, and she opens it up, and the first one she pulled out is like, "I like how your tiny hands make my dick look big." Ladies and gentlemen, it is Morokaii with two eyes. We are back around every single Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, 7 a.m. on Spotify and 4:30 p.m. on YouTube. So, mate, I went on a date the other night.
Beautiful.
And I went to mini golf.
Great place. Sorry. I couldn't get the words out. I was choking.
We spoke about date ideas on another episode of this podcast.
Yes,
and one thing we spoke about that was so true, so ridiculously spot on, and I forgot about and I didn't abide to, which I should have.
You went at a peak time.
I did.
Oh, no.
Oh, I did.
That's a big mistake.
You know,
especially mini golf. Of all like places, mini golf is one where you don't want to go when it's busy.
mate.
I cannot stress it enough.
So what I did for my girlfriend, I got for a birthday present, I bought her a big jar, and in the jar there's 3 different colours of sticky notes, and let's say red, blue, green. Red is a restaurant, blue is an activity, and green is a walk because she loves going on walks.
Can I just say, I'm throwing this in right now, that is a great, like, that is really, really good.
Thank you.
No, because, like, here I am, and I just got my girlfriend, like, pajamas, like a ring and stuff. That is fucking creative as. I love that you've gone completely outside the 4 walls, the normality of what a present, and you've just gone, I'm flipping it on its head. And that is great. I love that. I actually love that a lot.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Do you know what her friend said? Her friend's like,
she hated
it. Yeah. But her friend's also not like the...
If her friend's watching this, how dare you? How dare
her friend's
you?
more the Tinder type, not the relationship type. So,
Jeez, Collinish. Wake up feeling... Right, Luke, wake up feeling like a savage.
man, so I did that. And so in... my bedroom, there's just a jar with all that. So she'll pick one out if she feels like it.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know what? Do you know what the funniest thing ever is?
I have no idea.
I forgot. There was another. There's another one.
There's another jar.
There's another sticky note that's like yellow, and it's compliments, right? So if she ever just wanted to feel a bit good, like say she's having a bad day, she picks out a yellow one.
Yeah.
And it's full. Like I reckon it's 6 months full worth of ideas, right?
Holy shit.
And I gave it to her, and I was playing video games in the lounge room.
Just mind your own business.
And she came in, she's like, so I just wanted to just test the jar just to like see the compliments you've written up. Just I was in a good mood. I wanted to see how it go, and she opens it up, and the first one she pulled out is like, I like how your tiny hands make my dick look big.
There's no way. Oh, no. Oh, I'm done.
Out of the entire jar, there was only one that I wrote that I was like, oh, this will be funny. And the first one she picked, so she's like, is it full of this? Is it just going to be nothing but these?
Yes.
I was like, oh, shit. But anyway.
Oh, fucking hell.
So for date night, she chose 3. So she chose 1,000 steps.
I haven't been there in ages.
Yeah. So 1,000 steps was the walk. Kin on. I forget. It's in Knox.
Okay.
Right. It's Thai restaurant.
Beautiful.
And mini golf. That was a 3.
Lovely.
So the plan was mini golf, Thai restaurant, and in the morning we wake up and go for the walk. We go to mini golf, and the weather was really nice. So I was like, oh, do you want to do it before or after? And she's like, oh, I said before.
Indoor or outdoor?
Outdoor.
Yeah, great choice.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, we'll do outdoor. The weather was great. Wore the nice green Morokaii tee.
Oh, it's a beautiful tee.
It is a nice tee.
Coming soon, by the way.
And we go in, and it didn't look too bad. So we pay, go up. I see some kids. And
It's
you know
already
me
a red
around
flag.
kids, I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
But they were sitting down. I was like, oh, my God. And I said to her, I'm like, oh, my God, we're going to be behind them. That's going to be awful. We weren't.
Oh.
They were just sitting down. They were on the inside course.
Oh,
but they were sitting with their mum. I hit my ball. And how do you play mini golf? Do you go hit for hit, or one has to finish their hole?
I usually finish the hole, and then the next person will go. Personally.
Yeah, yep. Well, I go hit for hit.
Okay.
I hit my ball. Gets close to hole. I'm like, no, actually doesn't. Sorry, that's a lie. And
don't tell me that.
No, this is where it goes. I'm like, oh, great. I look at her, and I watch this little Asian kid just sprint past me, run on our course before she can take a hit. Shit, you not, kick my ball. Kick my ball near the hole and just run off. And his mum was, I'm not going to yell out what she said because I can't speak Asian, but she just yelled out at him. Could have been incredibly racist. And she just runs out.
She said, how dare you?
Yeah. And then he looks back and he's just like, oh, and he sprints back and I stand in my ball as in like, if you kick this ball again, then that wasn't an accident and we're throwing hands. And I was like, oh, what a great start. Like, this sucks. Anyway, he runs off. I'm like, nah, we're all good. We go to the next hole and there's a family of 4 in front of us.
Mm.
And then before them, right, so I fucked up the order. So there's 2 people in front of us.
It's all right, take your time.
Sorry, I thought there was one behind us, but not just yet. So the family of 4 are 2 holes in front. Hilarious. The 2 people that are in front of us are on a Tinder date, and the guy hit my girlfriend up like a year ago. So I thought it was piss up.
Wow, this is great.
I kept making jokes. I'm like, oh, I can't believe we're behind your ex. And she's like, shut up. And I kept making jokes. But the whole time, we would finish a hole, wait. And we'd wait a while.
That's it. And then you lose interest.
We did. I was just sitting there. I'm like, I would rather skip all these holes and now just go to the restaurant.
Yeah, because you can't. And it gets to the point as well where you can't even like redo the hole that you've already done. Just hit your ball around either because the people behind you are now up to you.
Well, that's the thing. We didn't have anyone behind us, but because we had to wait so long, 3 teenage boys, they started playing and then they're stuck behind us and they're waiting on us. And man, the whole
There's
time.
There's awkwardness as well.
It is.
I know that I'm holding yous up. I don't want to be holding yous up.
Yep.
I'm just as mad as yous are.
So
I'm sorry.
So you don't have as much fun at the hole
because you're trying to rush through them.
Yeah, it was that part was horrible. The restaurant was great. The food was awesome. And then we were meant to go on the walk the next day, but she didn't wake me up because when I wake up in the morning, I get cranky. But I told her to wake me up, but she didn't.
Specifically said
it's on her.
Yeah, yeah. Don't worry, mate. I get the same thing as well.
Yeah.
On the weekend, it's always like, come on, we should be going here early. And I'm a bit like yourself. I do like to sleep, but I'm always like, if you want to go, like, let's do it.
Yep.
All that. And then it's always like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. And she's like, well, are we going or not? I'm like, what? Why would you not just like...
They get mad at you for like being like, you've stayed in bed. It's like, you didn't really wake me. You were just like, you up? Like, it's like you wanted to fight.
Yeah, it's like, I didn't know that we were going to spend an hour on TikTok together before we thought, hey, let's actually start the day. Like... You know how it is when you're in bed. You pretty much go on TikTok for TikTok about who can have the best TikTok.
You really do.
And you're like, no, but look at my TikTok. And they're like, no, look at my one.
Have you had that moment yet where you go on your TikTok and there's boobs?
Yeah, like a few times. Like just dancing and stuff like that. I'm not going to scroll past it. Like, I think, does it not look worse?
Put effort into their creation.
Does it not look worse if I just go like, and like skip?
So you try to play it off. It's like,
hang
on, it might be a nice dance move in here.
So, yeah, I was like, that's obviously the trend. There's always a trend with like girls with like a dance or some shit.
There
like
is.
a song.
Yeah, there really
Especially that Sam Smith song at the moment.
Oh, that's everywhere.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man.
That is everywhere. What's the worst thing?
Party after high school and they're getting sturdy on it as well. It's always that guy at the subway station dancing.
Yeah. What do you reckon the worst thing you could find on your girlfriend's phone would be?
And also probably just a photo of her and her ex. And also, I don't really think she'd have anything that bad.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's not too bad.
I feel like, that's about it.
What would you have found in the notes a whole list of everyone they've slept with?
Oh, see, that'd be weird. I wouldn't like that.
Yeah, no.
I wouldn't like that. I don't think I'd like that at all. I wouldn't. Yeah, no, I don't know.
Oh,
Why wouldn't it just be another name on the list?
what if it was specific, like a list of like who they've had sex with and who they've done oral with? Like they got real.
Geez, it's a long list. It could be a very long list, depending on who the person is.
Oh, that's so funny.
No, I wouldn't like that, though. I would not like that.
Oh, man. Well, do you know, I think I've mentioned this to you before, a long time ago when there was a whole leak of celebrity nudes and messages, there was tons. Hulk Hogan's son had a leak that on his phone he had all these images of his mum.
So weird. That is so weird.
I would rather my nudes get released.
Yeah, same.
Than something like that.
Oh, no, 10 times.
Yeah. I don't
have all of my nudes.
Bent over looking in the mirror. I don't care. You can have any type of nude you want, but that sounds awful. Awful.
Yeah, that's you don't want that.
Yeah.
You don't want that getting out.
Well, that goes back to the whole, what would you, in certain scenarios, what would you prefer? The rumour to be true, but no one know, or the rumour not to be true, but everyone knows? I feel like celebrities deal with that all the time.
Oh, most
where
definitely.
there might be something that they sit back and they go, okay, there's been allegations made about me, but if I respond, I'm adding fuel to the fire.
Yeah, most definitely.
But also it's true.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a shit. It's a pickle.
it would be a hard one to deal
It's
with.
a dangerous pickle.
Do you? See, I'd be the type. I never see this on TV shows, on the reality TV shows, or say there's drama. I've never seen someone put the camera on and go, "Look, this is ridiculous. I'm being as honest as I can. Straight up, this just didn't happen. This just did not happen.
Yeah,
it hurts my
the
head."
other way.
Maybe the only time I saw it was FaZe Banks.
Yeah,
when he got accused
Alyssa
for
Violet,
hitting. Yeah, he got accused of hitting Jake Paul's assistant.
Yeah.
And he was just, my head hurts. This isn't true. This is fucking stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was before Logan Paul was changed. Because Logan Paul was even
Yeah.
on Jake's bandwagon being like, yeah, I think you're right. Like, what? Oh, fuck, they were different back then.
They were, man.
Jake's still a flog.
Yeah, no, correct.
But Logan's, he's a lot better. It would be hard too.
Correct.
It would be hard. What do you got, mate? I want to hear something you throw out there.
What do I have to
Hit
throw
me with
out
anything and let's roll with it.
Let's just B-roll it, eh? Oh, well,
So we cut it out?
Yeah, we have to cut everything out. Everything's gone. Everything's gone. Well, no, I actually wouldn't mind just saying about how good a day pod is. Look, I know it doesn't really matter for the ones that are audio only, but like,
Yep.
I just feel the vibes are so much more immaculate.
Well,
I feel so much more up and about. Like I've got more energy to give.
yeah. Well, yeah.
Like-
What, for example, what are you going on after this?
After this, I'll probably go to the supermarket because starting a new job on Monday, so I'm going to start prepping some food.
Oh, nice.
No, I want to eat a lot better and all
Well,
that.
let's deep dive into that because day pods we can go back to that. They are great, but what I was gonna jump into is like, well, when we do the night pod after we finish, it's more like, all right, we go home to
it is very just go home to bed.
There's
more
not
or
much
less.
you can squeeze in. With this, I've gotten a heap of COD played today. I've set up a few things, and after I'm going to edit a podcast and then play more COD. Like, I'm pretty excited.
it'd be like do that, and then obviously got some new KPIs.
Yep.
That thankfully for yourself you've set up for me, so I want to smash them out and do the best job that I possibly can to ensure that Morokaii becomes what we want it to be.
Yep.
And all that. So sort of really start nitty gritty doing all that and just grind that out for a bit, maybe play some COD and just have a chill sort of Sunday, man. Hopefully not too late because I'll be up a lot earlier than what I have been doing
mate.
for
So,
the previous job.
Let's deep dive into your new job. I want you to explain. So Lee has worked in a supermarket and he was thinking about moving on. And then I said to him, I was like, look, it sounded like Lee was just coming up on his long service leave, which was 10 years.
I thought that was the case.
We thought that was the case. So what was it? It was going to be February or something.
Yeah, February.
So I said to Lee, I was like, look, stick it out. Just get that done. And that'll be your best option. But it turns out you're on 9 years, not 10.
Yeah.
So I was sticking it out for another fucking year.
I don't know if so basically, the job that I had, and granted, it was seriously nothing against the people. Really enjoyed the people that I worked with. And all that. It was just the company itself and, like, I suppose their policies and rules and stuff like that. Like, I was finding it very difficult to have, I suppose, a good work-life balance.
Yeah.
And granted as well, like this year, like now I've got a partner, so obviously want to spend time with her, but also want to like be doing my own thing, want to be working on the business, want to be catching up with you. And I just felt like I was just like, it was very like work, come home, either see you and then like that's done, or like work, see my missus, that's done, and all that. I'm just like, fuck, like there's no time. Maybe I just want to play PlayStation for like just an hour. I just want to scratch that itch, and I just couldn't do it and all that. And I just felt so fatigued and just, I don't know, I felt like I wasn't really enjoying life in and of itself. Like I'd stopped going to gym, so then I'm like, oh fuck all, I'm just eating, so I'm not feeling healthy.
Pushing 9 years too. There's
and stuff like that. Yeah. Like it just I suppose it just took a toll.
Yep.
As well, and granted you've worked in the supermarket as well, and I still think it was awesome. Like you did what you did, but then you were like, no, actually, I want a bit more freedom. Like I actually enjoyed it when I wasn't doing this, and part of me is like, fuck, I wish I had the balls to just all courage to be like, look, it's great. Like I like being here, but I just want to step back.
Yeah.
And if I could actually like just like come down a position, that'd be awesome. And all that. So yeah, with the new job, it's basically, I just want more freedom, man.
100%.
I just wanted so much more freedom. Like, and it's just going to allow me to do things that like I really want to do. The fact that Monday to Thursday, I wrap up at 3, I'm here by 4 and all that. I can have that sort of hour to myself. Like, yeah.
So what's the hours? Is it 7 to 3? Or?
7 till 3, Monday to Thursday, Friday, 7 till 1.
Wow. And what does this job entail? Like what is your day to day going to be?
So I'm not 100% sure how the mornings go, but where I'm working is sort of like in a brick tile yard warehouse sort of thing. So sort of cutting bricks, measuring bricks, waxing them, putting them together. You can do deliveries, boxing them up and all that. So the work, I would say itself isn't like anything crazy exciting as such. But for me, knowing that like I'm just going to have no responsibility, I'm not going to be doing rosters, I'm not going to have people calling me being like, you haven't ordered this, or hey, like it was this customer, blah, 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 or Lee, someone's pulled out, like you need to find, like all that shit. That like I was just like, oh my God, like, and all that. Like I can just come into work, do what I need to do and go home. Yeah. I'm not going to get bothered. Like there's going to be no phone call.
Does this job, I'm trying to picture it. Is this something where you might be able to put earbuds in and just do your own thing?
Yes.
It is?
Yes. Own music. Get a UE boom speaker, mate. Throw on some music, a podcast.
Shit.
And all that. Like, so in the sense of like, I could be listening to like our new podcast and all that. And then obviously I could deep dive and be like, oh yeah, cool. Like whilst I'm listening to the podcast.
That's pretty cool.
And all that just in my notes, like 0015 to then 030. Like that's a clip there.
Yeah. And so this is pretty much the same pay as well, isn't it?
Yeah, more or less. Like I think like the Monday to Friday I take home a little bit less.
But you're saving in fuel.
But I'm saving fuel because I won't have to drive.
Yep.
Obviously, I'll be taking food from home instead of spending like sometimes my break would be maybe $20 at work. So because obviously now I'm doing a large thing on the Sunday, but that will get me through the week.
So what's the meals you're making?
So I just want to like maybe like this week I might just go for like a salmon salad or like a tuna salad for like lunch, like throw in like a yogurt. I really want to get carrot sticks. Fucking carrot sticks and hummus, man.
And hummus,
yeah. It just slaps.
They are very good.
And all that, like maybe like get some like yogurt, like some like a cheap sort of granola, or like just like even like just
very
oats.
Nice.
Just get some berries.
Yeah, granola, yogurt and blueberries, a little bit of honey. That's
because like even whilst I was at the supermarket, like it'd be very rare that I would have even like a break. Like a lot of time, like I'd just be like eating on the go. So like it's very convenient. So chocolate bar, packet of chips, like that sort of shit. Like I guess more or less. Whereas now it'd actually be like, no, like you're on it, like you're eating and all that. So like that, it should be fine. I am a bit concerned that I'm not going to take nowhere near as many daily steps because like I wasn't someone that would be in the office. So I would be very on my feet walking around, and I was averaging like 24,000 to 26,000 steps a day just in the supermarket alone. That's without then going for like a run or a walk after work.
Yeah, wow.
So I'm like, shit, my daily steps are going to dramatically fall off. So obviously I'm going to have to work a bit harder.
Yeah.
But again, if I'm home sort of by 4, man, gym like just after 4 to like 5ish or whatever and all that, I can still easily catch up with you. I can do podcasts now at this time of day.
Yep.
Instead of on a Sunday, I'm coming to you after work. I'm sort of like, oh, fuck, like, obviously always love catching up with you and coming here and doing the podcast, but there's no like, I got to sort of re-energize myself and all. It's genuinely like, cool, like just Sunday, like as long as I message you, obviously don't want to ruin whatever you're doing. It's just like, yeah, let's fucking run it up.
Yeah, shit. No, that'll be good. It's always, it'll be interesting to see how you're going. Change is always so different because you're so used to, you get into a routine, especially you when you're just about to hit 9 years. You get in such a routine where you just know everything when you go into work. There's nothing you have to teach yourself. You're in the flow.
It's just coasting.
Yeah, and now you're in a new job. It's
just very like rinse, repeat. Yeah. It's seriously like you hit the DVD and hit play.
Yep.
And that's it. Like nothing. Every now and then you might get the odd change, but it wasn't like a dramatical. Like I wasn't really like learning too much new stuff because like I knew deep down that like I didn't want to step up to that next level.
Yeah.
So I was like quite comfortable where I was.
Well, do you know on a statistic that's always stuck with me, always, is that people who are within the $60,000 to $90,000 wage per year are the happiest, because anyone below 60 are usually struggling in the way of they're not knowing how they're going to pay their mortgage. They might not be able to send their kids to camp or get them the better, better lunches, education, all that stuff. So there's that stress that's always there. And then the ones that are above that pay grade, that are pretty high up, like your doctors and your, things like that, they're always on the go, always working. There's always something going on. There's never a switch off. There's never a time to do the hobbies. But on that 60 to 90, you're getting enough to get by, but also buy the things you like. And then you're also getting time to do your casual sport, to catch up with friends, to have your spare time. So they're at the point, that's where I've always wanted to be.
Yeah, no,
I'm not chasing massive money. Like right now, with interest rates, it's been a bit annoying. Like I'm a week away from my next pay, and I'm like, fuck, I actually have a lot less than I thought.
Yep.
Because a lot of things are coming up, but I'm also in a mode where I'm like, everything's fine. Like on the pay, and I'm on pretty low pay at the moment.
Yeah, you've got room to grow. Big time.
I think at the moment I'm only on $3,650 a week, right? So after you factor in my home loan, food,
also the tax after pay as well. God, the tax man loves that.
No, that's after tax.
Nice.
That's after tax.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So, I could, if I was on a lot more, I actually wouldn't know what to do with a lot.
I know for a fact.
I've been so used to living on that for so long that I just cruise and things just happen.
Well, you can just live the life that you want to live, more or less.
Yeah.
Like, and all that. Like, there's some things that you're probably like, well, maybe I'll just put it off, actually. Like, I can justify spending that right now, but maybe I'll do it in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah. Also, that's $3,600 a month. I hopefully don't think that's a week.
It's like a week. They're like, man, this guy's balling and all that. But, like, I'm the same, man. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I would love to be making, like, $3,000 a week and all that. But at the same time, if my lifestyle would be so, I seriously, like,
that money would come with stress. That's what I mean. From before.
It comes with stress. But I also feel like if I'm earning that much money, man, I don't know if I would have the same ambition and drive that I have, with this. Because I'm earning, because it's just like, well, no, like because I'm earning this much money.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, fuck it, I'm going to Queensland for the week. I'm doing this, or I'm doing that. And you'd be like, man, like, dude, we got to do the podcast. And I'd just be like, oh, but man, I just bought like this new car. I bought this new, like I'm doing, because I feel like that'd be me. Like I'm not that I don't save.
Yep.
But I also love to spend money. Like,
yeah.
Like,
see, what I mean about like the 3.6 is that's a comfortability mark. I feel like if it was anywhere like, 6, let's say 6 to 10K a month, right? It was a lot higher up, and I feel like there's a lot more responsibilities, like you're saying, like rosters, or I don't get a time to switch off. I'm working very late, very early, all these things. Don't know how to go with that, but I agree with you. You know the lottery, how you can win that 20K a month.
Yep.
For the rest of your life, or 20 years, something like that. I think I would be the same in the way I might lose a lot of drive and passion because I've just got.
Well, it's just there. Like, it's going to be there.
Because I would love to think that I would still work just to have something going on, but I think I wouldn't. I honestly think I could see myself just sitting back and doing like 2 months of fucking nothing but buying online purchases.
Man, I know for a fact if I had like a sustainable income where it was like that a month,
yeah,
man, I'd just be like, what's the point of even leaving my bedroom? Like, it's going to come to like, man, I genuinely don't need to do it. Like,
yeah,
really, and that's not a good mindset though. It's not a healthy way to live.
Yeah, it really isn't. If you're that comfortable, I mean, I know you always hear people that are rich. They're not happy.
No,
and yeah,
because that's even like I look back at it when I was just casual at the supermarket, and thank fuck you were there for me, driving me to be like, hey, let's go to gym, let's do that and all that. Because man, if it wasn't for you doing that for me, I seriously feel as if like I was killing myself.
Yeah,
like I know that sounds very extreme in the sense of. There was no responsibility. Like, I was pretty happy with, like, what I was getting paid, but it was very just like, oh, yeah, I'm doing a night at the supermarket. I finish at 9:30, and I'm like, maybe playing my fucking video games or whatever until, like, 1-ish. Then I'm staying awake till 3. I'm sleeping in till, like, 11:30, 12 the next day.
Yeah.
Like, man, I was seriously killing it. And I look at people who are in the same situation now, and I try to tell them, it's like, trust me, like, just once work's done, try and be asleep, like, midnight. I know it's hard because you're still pretty wide and awake because you've done the night. But, like, get up early. Like, get the most out of your day, especially on your days off. There is no worse a feeling than on your day off you've slept in till midday, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and you're like, shit.
Yeah, the best I actually can't explain how great it is when I wake up. Like, I did it the other week for a couple of times. I woke up at, like, 5:30 and played video games for a couple of hours, edited a couple of podcasts, and got a few things done around the house. Felt great. But if I do that at 10 o'clock at night, I'm not enjoying the video game that much. I'm kind of just like, I'm not. I feel like the stress
creeps in as well for the next day because you just know, like, you're like, oh fuck, I got like work the next day. I gotta get up and do this and well, and depending on the job that you're in as well, it's like shit. I've got to drive to this place and I'm going to do this, and then I'm stuck there in that meeting. Like
what you were talking about before, I guess not having drive. I've had that a couple of times before, and that's probably the worst feeling. I reckon, like not having a drive and a passion, because I remember when I was at my mum's, had my own bungalow, had my own space and everything down there, and I didn't have a job, and I was looking for one. I was trying to find. No, that's right. I had a night shift job that I worked 3 nights a week, and it was horrible. It was like 1 night on, 1 night off, 1 night on. So my sleeping pattern was
all over the place,
and I wasn't enjoying it. I didn't have a drive. I didn't have any passion for anything at the time. I felt like everything I was doing was a waste of time. So while I'm looking for a job and I'm getting rejected at a couple of places, not getting my a call back, man, I remember my days being sleeping till 12, 1 p.m., walking around doing nothing, maybe watching a couple of TV shows, and literally checking the fridge like over and over, walking around doing nothing, and then going, oh, but you could work out, but just not having
you got no drive, man.
Not having the passion to just walk out there. Like I'm struggling with fitness now to do that because I'm really invested in the business, and then my love for video games has come back.
Yeah, it's come back, which is awesome.
It hasn't been here for the only time it's here is with you when you're here. Other than that, there hasn't been a time where it's been back, but now streaming and doing all that, I've gotten back into it. I'm like, I'm fucking loving it. Like, I do the grindy parts on the new TV, which is fucking like amazing. It looks incredible.
The new TV is amazing.
But then I stream the stuff I want to stream on, and just really enjoying it. So there's like a passion and drive there. But before that, there was just no drive for video games. So I'm finding it hard to find time now that I'm so passionate into that. Then I want to work on this. Then I want to spend time with my girlfriend. Then I've got work. And now, again, that balance. I have not done fitness in like 3 weeks.
That's how, man, I feel like I'm the exact same. And then like I'll like look at myself in the mirror and I'll be like, oh, dude, you were doing so well at the start of the year. And all that. And it's like you needed like but then at the same time, it's like, yeah, but COD's out. Like I want to be like, yeah.
I have trouble so much with that balance because I feel like I'm one person that's, if I'm into something, I'm all in. And right now I'm like into COD and like playing video games.
Oh, man. But I think that's awesome that you like that though, dude.
Yeah. But I love that. I just wouldn't mind a bit of balance where it's like, all right, get 30 minutes of just training in before you're even allowed to do that stuff.
I wish I had more self-discipline in the fact that it's like, don't even let's make the PlayStation the last thing on your list. As in like,
see, that's what I want.
As in like, because I like love it, man. Like you're so like and all that, and like my issue is like I'll play PlayStation, and then I'm like, all right, now let's do stuff for the business. But I'm sort of like, oh, but I really want to play the video game more. I'm like, instead of just being like, no, like just suck it up, like just and you know the dumbest thing is as well. I seriously don't know why, but in my head, like on the Monday, man, I did it. I was going through like doing like the tags, like all that stuff. I was like, this is great. Like I'm loving this.
Yeah.
But like I work it up in my head that it's like I'm not going to enjoy it. So like it's like no.
True.
And then when I'm doing it, my dumb ass in my own head is like, bro, why didn't you just do this?
Oh my God, that's so
because
true.
then I play my video game, and I'm just like, I am not worried at all. I'm not like shit. I've let loot down. Like oh shit, I should have been ahead in this. It's just like, shut up. That's annoying. Thank God we're in.
Promised me you turned it off.
It's on do not disturb. I can't help that Siri just pops up like that. But yeah, like you do the work or whatever, and it just feels so much more rewarding, man.
It does. So that's the thing. I need to get out in the gym today and just get it, because anytime I do it and I finish it, I'm like, it's done. Now I can feel good. I feel
endorphins
good.
Are so high.
But what
you feel like you've accomplished something,
right? But what is it about? Why for me right now is it such a fucking struggle to go out there? Like,
well, that's it's not though, is it?
But
because you well and truly know, and it's the same as me when it comes to the business. You know for a fact, you'll get out there, you go out there, man. You'll just be like, why the fuck haven't I done this?
Yeah,
like this is so easy.
Yeah,
it is so easy.
Yep,
and I'm actually enjoying this. I'm loving that environment. Why have I been putting this off? But then you full know well, and this is the kicker. This is the absolute kicker. You'll do that today after I leave. You'll have that, and you'll be like, "This is great. I feel 10 out of 10. This day has been great. I'm loving life. You know, I should do this again." You won't.
Yeah,
because all of a sudden it's a struggle again.
Yeah. But then it
doesn't make sense.
Somehow I'll get into that routine.
Yeah, and then
I won't be doing as much work. And that's why I've really got to, I've been trying to set it up. I've been like, okay, how about just get up? You have to go swimming. You have to work out. You have to edit a podcast and do a couple of clips. Then do your stuff.
Yep.
That's what I'm trying to like slowly get into.
I just want to be better, so much better on my days off, man.
Yeah.
As in like, stop sleeping until... I get that you want to sleep. You might be tired, but suck it up.
We're nearly 30.
Yeah, but like, seriously though, like just suck it up. Suck it up. Just make 8 o'clock, you're out of bed.
Yeah.
You're out of bed and like, because my bad habit is if I stay in bed, I'm going back to sleep.
See, yeah, on the pillow, I want to ask those people, there's a couple of people I listen to a podcast and they are so up and about and get so much done in their day and are so consistent, and they're like, even if I'm tired, I'm pushed through. I have days where I'm so tired that if I don't fall asleep, I'm like, my day is just trying to stay awake and stay surely they don't feel like that. Surely, because if they felt, I sit down, I'm like, if you felt like I felt like there is no, I've tried it before. It's like, nah, push through. It's like, there is no pushing through, dude. If you close your eyes for more than 10 seconds, you're going to fall asleep.
Yeah.
So I really want to know if some people are just born different in the way they have energy and the way they're just, or if it is a mental thing. I hate as well when I have those days and like, I'll know that it's like, no, you really need to do this. But like, I've already like sort of fucked up my day because I've slept in for too long. So now I'm like, fuck, I need to do this. Like, and I know that I need to do this, but at the same time, I want to be doing that and all that. And then in my own head, for whatever, I just get inside my own head. I'm like, no, it's all too much. Like, it'd just be easier if you just go back to sleep and start fresh again tomorrow. I have a weird one too, that if I have a planned day and I've missed the start of it, it's all crumbled.
Yeah.
Instead of swapping it around, I'm like, nah, well, it's not going to work out now. Like, I wanted to go swimming at 7. I can't. So now it's all ruined. So I'm just going to jump on COD.
Yeah. No, but like, man, it's so easy to like, I'm hoping me as an individual for the rest of this year, granted, there really isn't that long left, but I can just really stick it out and just motivate myself. And but I feel like you're the perfect person to check in with as well. And I know for a fact you'll hold me accountable.
Yeah, 100%.
And all that. So,
well, there's some people who don't even, there's some people that just don't do anything.
Yeah.
Like they just, yeah. But I do, I am changing, but I do struggle with sometimes TV shows and as in what's the point? But then I've started to just rethink and just go, bro, well, what's the point of anything if you do that?
As soon as you get in that mind,
are you having fun? Are you enjoying it? Yep, cool.
Keep up. Keep doing it.
Then keep fucking doing it. Do what you actually enjoy. We haven't got a long life, so do what.
Oh, tomorrow's never guaranteed.
Because it's one of those things where in my head, I'm like, I have to go skydiving. I have to do all these things. I have to have like a good job. I like all this stuff. That
background noise.
Yeah, all this background noise where if all that background noise all said, no, just do what you love, just have fun, then I wouldn't even think about it. I feel like
society, though, almost makes us feel that way.
They definitely do.
Like, it's almost forced on you at such a young age, man. Like, it's like
what are you doing with your life?
Watching it in the movie. Yeah, it always is. And, like, no matter what you're doing as of today right now, it's still not good enough because someone around you is doing better. So it's like, well, I should be doing that.
I think the root comes down to it. It's just money's the issue, isn't it?
It is.
Because in reality, if money was an issue, I'd quit my job tomorrow and just play video and stream, work out, and just have fun.
Everyone would be happy.
Yeah. You just can't. Yeah. It is.
It's stupid. Like money. People always like, and it's funny. I feel like so many people are like, oh, you know, money isn't the be all and end all. But those people who are saying that 9 times usually as well, like quite wealthy and very better off.
It's like FaZe Banks.
Coming from like a family like of, well, granted, I know some people, it's like they didn't have all that. I get that. I get that. And trust me, it's been shown multiple times.
Yeah.
All right. But then it's like,
well, FaZe Banks is a good one. He, I look up to him and he's made a few podcasts and I guess Instagram posts where he's like, fucking sometimes I wish I didn't even have all this money. It causes more problems. And I've seen that before with some influencers and I go, okay, but if in reality, if I was to take away all your money right now and it really hit you at nothing, would you really be doing that? Because you could donate every cent you've got.
Yeah, correct.
If you were really passionate about and saying
correct.
This is all the root of all my problems. And it's like, okay, well, you can. That thing you've got is one of the most, you're not fat, so it's not weight. It's not something that's very hard to get rid of. You've got money where after a couple of clicks on your fingers, you've just donated it to all of it completely to one charity. So, I think money is just the main issue.
It's just, it's such a prick. Like, it's, no, but like, it's just, because, like, I feel like for us who I feel we have a quite comfortable life, but we'd still like to have more, it's just, because then you get them more.
Well, you've got to have that point where you always want more, don't you?
You have to, because I feel like that's like the driving factor.
If you're not human, you don't want more, then what's the point of any of it?
Yeah, correct.
What's the point?
You still need to, be wanting to make more. I don't know. I just, it's so many times like, oh, if you won the lottery, what would you do? And I just know that it's like, I feel like then I wouldn't know what to, like, because originally, like, you like invest, like, personally, it's like, all right, well, property, because property is always going to, like, turn over and all that. Like, try to look after, I suppose, my immediate family. And then, like, maybe, like, a couple of really close mates.
Yeah.
Make sure, like, they benefit and they're well supported. But then after that, it's like, well, I don't know what the hell to do with the rest of it.
I saw a video today. I know, man, I would buy stupid shit like life-size Batman.
Man, that's the
statues.
thing, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, I would buy some stupid art piece just purely because I can.
Yeah. And
I can. I don't know what the fuck to do with it, but I'm doing it.
I wanted to get along the wall, if anyone's watching, they can't, the camera's cut out, but behind me would be like, I want to get like 4 comic books framed.
That'd be cool.
It's just all the artwork, right? But I reckon if I was rich with that extra money, I reckon for some stupid reason I'd buy like a $3,000 Joker comic.
Yeah.
When in reality, one that's cheaper for $50 will have the same effect that I'm going for. But because I have all this money...
it's $3,000 as well. And watch you like maybe open the page once.
Yeah.
And it just sits there.
I did, I saw a video today where this girl... would you find this hard? Let's say with you and your girlfriend, you had your own home.
Yes, right.
You had like a $400,000. Just your sort of
basic.
Your average mortgage would be $400,000. Oh, yeah. I reckon your average would be $300,000 to $400,000. Depending on if you're we'll just have $400,000 anyway. In this video, this guy was freaking out. He's like, I don't know, something's wrong with the bank. Like, my mortgage is gone. Like, what's going on? His girlfriend paid off his mortgage.
Ooh.
And it was a massive amount. And he was like, no, you can't do that. No, oh my God, no. Like just being like, no, you can't do that. You're like, that's when a gift that is too much.
Yeah, right.
How would you go about it? Because you'd always feel like, would you sit there and go, I'm so appreciative? Or would you go, I now always owe this person?
I feel like I feel me being me would be a mixture of the both. Be super thankful, but at the same time, it's like, I now owe. Like, I would have just preferred us having like a joint account and just like as a team, pay it off together.
Yeah.
So everything's even.
Yep.
Because now I feel like I'm constantly chasing.
Yeah.
And as well, man, like that, it's going to be a constant, for me, but it'd be like a constant owing because I still know go out for dinner to them, like it's still like, no, I'll pay and all that. So then it's like, fuck, like now, like, no, like.
Something as big as that, I've always thought about this in relationships. If something that, oh my fucking God, I've got a good story. Oh no, I can't tell it. I'll tell you after. Sorry, listeners. If someone has done something similar to a massive gift,
right? Yep.
Would you possibly not break up with that person because of that? Like, have people gone through that where they've had something that's such a major gift or act of service that they now feel like they're locked in?
Oh, there are multiple people out there. Yeah, surely.
They'll look past certain things.
Surely, man. Surely.
Yeah.
I think you know what? Screw it. Like we've got a close mate who had a big thing.
Yeah.
And all that, and instead of, in my personal opinion, getting the thing
fixed,
he
had his dream item.
Yeah, he had his dream item and all that, and instead of making her pay for the whole repair or get a whole new one, instead it was like, no, we're going overseas on a trip though, and it's like,
yeah, it was a terrible way of paying each other off.
That's not even close.
Yeah, in relationship terms, one has broken the other's item. Instead of saying, hey, this was your fault, you fix it all, let's pay this off together, I guess that could be another option. He's just paid it. And then for her to make up for feeling bad, that's that thing we're talking about.
Yeah.
Feeling like you owe someone.
Owe someone something.
I could see her not being the type that wants to owe anything. So she's then taken him on a holiday to equal out the value.
But it's not even.
And they hated the holiday. Yeah. They fought the entire time. It was a mess. They nearly broke up. And it was a waste. So I think it's dangerous to technically owe someone if it's a gift. A normal gift is fine, but when the gift is so extravagant or so much money, the other person will technically feel like they do owe.
Yeah.
In regards, and that can affect the relationship.
Most definitely. Well, I know in our relationship that I've got with my partner, we, for both birthday and Christmas, we're like, oh, should we give ourselves a budget?
That's a good idea.
In the sense of it's because, like, it's so easy, like, and coming from me as well, like, it's my first one and all that. So, like, I'm probably a lot more like, fuck it, like, whatever.
What'd you set the budget to?
Sort of thing. I spent, it would have been about just over $250 for a birthday.
That's pretty good. Yeah. What'd you get her? A ring?
So, I got her a ring and a set of PJs.
Nice.
So, a set of Peter Alexander PJs and Pandora.
Yeah, nice.
And a Pandora ring.
Nice. You like it?
Yeah, we loved it, mate. Yeah. She actually, so we went shopping and all that. Like, I had a rough idea, like, stuff that she wanted and all that. But then she, like, more or less, like, there was, like, 2 sets of Peter Alexander pajamas and all that. She's like, I either like these ones or these ones. And I was like, all right, cool. Like,
I always like gift giving like that. I like going with someone.
Like, it's like she didn't necessarily say, like, I want this, but just gave me a few things that I could work with. And because it's come out of her mouth, like, I like this, that's like, if I get there, it's a safe, like, sort of
safe bet. See, that's how I like gift giving. I like someone giving me the idea of what exactly they want, and then I can either get that item, or if it's too expensive, get something that's similar. But I know in the ballpark.
Yeah, like you've got stuff to work with.
Yep.
Yeah, you hate going into it. Well, her issue is she's like, I have no idea what to get you because, and I know I am a serial offender. If I want something, I just buy it.
Same.
That's what she said. She's like, how do I get you a gift when you've pretty much got everything that you want?
Me and my brother were talking about this the other day. We were talking because when we did live out in the valley, if we wanted something which would usually be a video game, we would have to wait for chores to pop up where we could somehow get paid from our parents, or shovel horse poo into bags and sell those bags for $2 a bag and slowly build them up and then trade in our other games we've got, hopefully to be able to get this one game. So for so long throughout my entire childhood, whatever item I wanted would be like a 2-month wait. So now that I'm an adult,
yeah, because it's an instant like.
Oh, I think that's what. The other day I wanted an iPad for work.
I don't know if you wanted.
Oh, yeah, well, you know, I need an iPad for work.
But yeah.
And so I thought about some ideas that it can benefit me. Instead of sitting there and waiting for a special or
Just
seeing
like, fuck it
and contacting a few people I know and being like, do you have an iPad? For example, my boss had one he was going to hand down to me, but it was a later version.
Yeah, and it's easy like, just to get.
So I went to Telstra Optus and they had an expensive one, and JB Hi-Fi had a good one. I was like, fuck it. And I just bought it on the spot.
Yeah.
And I've just always been that way now, where because of my childhood, if there's something I like, I reckon that's not over $1,000.
Yeah.
I just buy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still a shocker. Seriously, if anything's like below $100, I'm just like, whatever. No, because with the money that I'm getting from work, I'm fortunate enough to do that. I know that other people aren't.
Yep.
But then it's almost like anything like above $100, I'm like, let's just justify this, which is stupid because I can afford it.
Yeah. Like, food's a big one because
food is, man.
When I went out to dinner with my girlfriend the other night, we went to this Thai restaurant. So I think it was 2 lemon lime bitters.
Well, that's already like fucking $18 right there.
Naan bread, rice, and then
very nice.
What I love doing when I go out to dinner with someone, I love ordering 3 meals, one that I want, one that she wants,
and then a share one that you both like.
But we share all 3.
Yeah, dude, yes.
With a single plate, and we just pick off, and it was the best thing because I got like salt baked kind of steak, like the cut up meat, like rare.
That sounds
kind of,
good.
Yeah. The middle one was like crispy barramundi with
nice
mango and lychees around it.
Okay.
And then she got like a chicken cashew mix. Mate, it was...
Not all 3 different types of meats as well. That's a good way to do it.
And a peanut sauce with the roti.
Yes,
I was eating it, and because I was picking off 3, I sat down, I went, if I just had the steak, I would have been like, Not as in the food was great, but after a bit, I would have been like, oh, it's the same thing. If I just had the barramundi, after a while, I'd be like, yeah, it's great, but I'd might... The fact to pick off all 3 was just
that was like,
awesome.
Where did... Oh, well, I must admit, like, I'm a bit of a
went
shocker.
Past Sushi Train, I was like, oh, that's Lee's favourite.
Yeah. Like, I'm a bit of a shocker for sharing food. Like, and my missus will say that. Like, at the start of our relationship, I reckon I was like, no, like, this is what I've got. Like, sort of thing. Whereas now, though, man, like, I love it. Like, we'll go out for dinner, and I'm the exact same. Like, I don't know, there was one time she got, like, a risotto, I got, like, gnocchi, got, like, sweet potato chips and stuff like that, and then, like, halfway through, she's like, oh, can I try some gnocchi? And I'm like, oh, I'm going to try some. And I'm like, this is great.
Yeah.
Like, this is so much better than just being like, no, I'm sticking to my meal.
No, I love getting 3 meals. One that you both think looks
I think that's a really good way to do it, man.
One that you're like, nah, this is my go-to. I'm not thinking about what you want.
Yeah.
And I said the same. I was like, do not think what I want. I was like, that meal is specifically for you.
Yeah, I've said that before as well.
Yeah.
Like, I think she was getting the Parma, and I was like, I'm going to get the chicken Alfredo.
Yeah.
And all that, because like I was tossing up between the Parma, and she's like, "I'll get the Parma." I'm like, "Don't get the Parma though, because like that was going to be like what I might get it because like that's what you want, not because like that's what I wanted to try."
Think about me when we do the shared meal. That's what you can. Yeah, that's where your eyes can be focused. But yeah, even that, like all that was fantastic. But that was
I think
that was $40-something each.
I think my issue is I can justify the food when I'm out for dinner or lunch. It's always if you're going to get like a beverage.
Oh, definitely.
More so alcohol, because it's just like, I know for a fact I can buy a 4-pack or a 6-pack for so much. Like,
well, do you know what too? The activity, like the mini golf, because we were stuck behind people and I felt rushed and it just didn't feel like I could really focus. And because there was also the activity doesn't have a real winner and loser. I think we've spoken about this when you go on a first date and you can do like the whole...
Yeah,
the winner gets a kiss. It makes it more fun. With this, it was just an all date, and I felt rushed, and also I didn't want to push people forward. So it was a weird scenario. So that was $38.
Yeah, shit.
$38 for 9 holes.
It's sort of like $38 as well. Like you didn't really get to, in a sense, like you didn't get your money's worth.
Yeah, And then she has a work car, which was good, so we didn't have to pay for fuel. But say like I took her and it was, paying for fuel as well. That's pretty much $100 night, and that's with the date splitting dinner.
Yeah.
So if it wasn't splitting dinner, it would be $150 night.
If you don't mind me asking, I love that this podcast is a bit of a long one too.
Yeah.
And also, I'm loving the vibe. Do you go about like food? Like, do you split it down the middle, or do you go like one person pays on the other? Because like we were running it as like I would pay, then she would pay, then I would pay, then she. But whereas now we'll just go out and it's just like whatever the cost is, someone will pay for it, but then the other person transfers exactly half.
Yeah, she's very independent, but she also likes she's always been the type that will want to pay.
Yeah,
always
exactly the same.
And
exactly
I love it because I'm the type that likes to get paid for.
Hey, you're honest though, but it is. I think it is though, man, because like I'm always very happy to pay. I'm always like, no, it's all good. Like I'll and all that. So then like when it's now, because like I suppose I've just been used to that because I've only ever been me, whatever. So then there's times where it's like no, I'll pay, and I'm sort of like, oh, I don't know, like it's a bit like I don't like that, but at the same time, like kind of thank you.
Yeah. No, there's times like I never like hold on to it as in like, oh, she paid for this and I paid for this and she paid for this. But in my head, I think she came over a week ago and brought food that I didn't pay for. So in my head, I was like, oh, cool. I'll shout mini golf.
Yeah.
And that kind of makes up for it. But I'm not explaining
not, like,
with her. I'm not like writing up. It's like, all right, well, you paid for the dinner you brought over, so I'm going to do this. It's like, it's kind of like the way me and you work. It just works itself out.
It does, man. I reckon it's the best way.
The amount of time we've gone to like grilled or like food and I've just been like, oh, fuck, man, actually you bought me this and this. No, my shout. Or the same with you. You've been like, fuck, no, you drove last time, I'm driving.
Yeah, for me, it's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
It's the best way to do it. I just can't stand those mates.
You've got a mate who's been like that where they're very... Hey, just letting you know, it hasn't even given you like 6 hours and been like not even the time to like wake up, and it's been like, hey, just letting you know, like, where's this exact amount to the cent? And
I don't like
it pisses you off.
But the worst part as well is that the mate that was doing that would also constantly be like, oh man, like I'm not even worried about money.
That's a worst
and all that. And it's like, you can't say that you're not worried about money, but then I'm legit halfway home from hanging out with you and you're like, oh, by the way, mate. Because I'm the type of person, I hate owing people money. I hate it, man. And you're the exact same sort of, I'm like, if I owe someone something, I'm seriously like, what do I owe? Transferring it straight away. I don't want to be in debt or I don't want to owe anyone anything.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit.
See, that's even
like,
worse.
You know that you know that you're going to get the money from me.
Yeah.
Like, and I say that to so many people. I'm like, trust me, I'm good for the money. Like, you know that. Like
that. But that's what's worse about the whole. I know, like, I'm sweet on money, but then asking exactly for the right amount in a certain time. It's more like an attack on you.
Yeah.
Because you've explained that you're fine money-wise, so why are you calling me up so quick? It's like you're saying, I'm not going to pay you back, and this is a reminder. Oh. Yeah, some people are all over the place with that kind of stuff. There is, I don't know, people I don't really know that well, I might pull up and just be like, because I don't really...
Yeah, that's different,
I want my fucking stuff
That's
back.
different. And I feel like if you're in a group setting as well, especially in the past, which you were often the guy in our group when we would go out as well that would always pay for a cab or an Uber. So I can understand as well being a bit like, I'm actually pretty fucking over this. And like, there's always that one person that's never given me like, so like, no, I don't want to book the Uber anymore. Like, fuck you. It's like...
Do you know what a funny story? Because I'd love to get your take on this. This actually happened with one of your mates. So... You've got a few little friend groups.
Yes.
That are all in a different aspect from a different area in different ways. Could be gaming, could be basketball, could be work. Many different avenues. Gym. There was one time, and I would have moments where I would come out with you and see these certain groups, but it'd be very rare. Yeah. But I feel like when I went out, I would connect with them and it'd be fine. It'd be normally. I remember there was one time where with one of them, with the fluffy, froey hair, right? He had a birthday. Yes. And I never hang out with him one-on-one, nothing at all. Like, I just don't see him. Not a bad word to say about him, but he's just not, I wouldn't say like a friend. Anyway, I remember being in a group chat and it was his birthday, and being in that group chat it was like, oh, we're all putting $50 in a card for this guy.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, fuck, I don't really know him that well.
Yeah.
$50 to me is
that's a lot of
big.
money. Yeah, especially for someone that you don't
I'm
really...
giving it to an acquaintance that I don't even have like a one-on-one conversation with. Like, we barely talk in a friend scenario, but I don't have a bad thing to say about him. And I even said to my mum, I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, almost like it's sort of
$50 out of my account. This is like, I think at the time, it's not like I was full-time work or anything. I'm like, this is kind of a fucking big deal, but I don't want to also be that guy
that doesn't.
Yeah, and who...
But now I feel obliged to as well, because if I don't, it's going to stick out like a sore thumb. It's a lose-lose situation.
And do you know the funniest thing is? I bring the money for the birthday, and your mate, he just, not the one who's organised it, I bring it, pull out the 50, he's like, oh, Luke, you're putting 50 in. Fuck, I didn't expect you to do that, man. That's nice of you. Jeez. Fuck, righto. Thanks, man. I'm just like, fuck. It's like, fuck.
Bro, how bad is that?
Oh, because it was a small group
It's the same
chat
as well,
too,
though,
so
isn't it? It's the same, though, with like 21st.
Yeah.
Or like it'd be like a friend of a friend's 21st, and you get invited, and you're sort of there, and you're like, shit, they're getting presents from everyone. I haven't brought anything.
Man,
am I meant to bring something, or like am I?
Well, that's what I mean. How do you go about gift giving with someone that you're not close to, but you now feel obliged to? Because sometimes the birthday I went to the other week that I was telling you about.
Yeah.
Fuck, now that reminds me, I actually need to give. We went in on a little group present that I still need to give money to, so I need to.
I feel like
that.
I feel like it
she
depends.
provided a cocktail bartender.
Yeah, okay.
Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to her place for a party. Yes, I'm really not that close to her. We don't have that much conversations, but I'm also getting free drinks.
But it's the same sort of thing. I feel having a partner where like if they're like, oh hey, we've got like someone at work's thing, and then you're sort of there because like obviously like you're there for them because you want to be with your partner, but at the same time you're like, well, I don't fucking know them.
Yeah.
So like, am I meant to have gone? Like, because I'll always say to my partner, I'm like, oh, do you want me to chance? And she's always gone like, no, because like, why would you, like, you don't know them.
Yeah.
Like, why would you? And I'm like, yeah, I know, but at the same time, like, I then feel awkward if I don't. Like,
it is awkward. Well, there's some people that with, I've never understood it, but wedding registries or something, you can, apparently at a wedding, you can ask for a whole bunch of gifts and that's what people bring to the wedding or they pay for. A registry?
Because I have recently been to a wedding, so I'm trying to think what did
did you have to get him a gift? Because he's a close mate. Did you get him a gift?
No, sorry. So that was an engagement party. Yes, I got him a gift for the engagement party.
Yeah.
And all that. And I'm on his bridal party. That sounds weird, but yeah, bridal party. Like I'm like one of the, like the groomsmen. Yeah, I'm one of the groomsmen. I don't know, just say that.
Yeah, groomsmen, yeah.
Sort of thing. So I dare say I'll probably be getting, like, but I think like all the groomsmen, like all of us are going to be putting in for a gift.
Okay.
Which will then more be like for the Bucks party more than, because I feel like he got all these presents at the engagement party.
Yep.
So I don't know. Yeah, I don't really know how that works for the wedding. And then the wedding that I went to with my partner, theirs was different. They had like a box where like you could write them questions and all that they were then going to like read.
Huh.
And stuff.
What about what's your thoughts on strippers at a Bucks or a Hens?
For me personally, and this might be a real weird take, I couldn't give a shit about like it's just I don't care.
Yep.
And I
feel like a male strip tease is so much.
I reckon a male strip tease to a degree can be different from a female one.
I reckon the females get more like literally will take their top off, and that's a different level. The guys will always have their pants on for a strip tease. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like if I'm like say like the person get the husband, I guess, getting married and all that, I definitely wouldn't want. There'd be like a no touching policy.
Oh, definitely. Well, I would say if I'm getting married, I would say to the other person, I'll be like, you don't even have to worry, I'm not getting a stripper because in my head, I'm like, how sexually pent up are you that you're like, there has to be a stripper. Yeah, there has to be a stranger grinding on my dick, topless. What? How pent up?
Yeah, especially when the next day I'm getting married to the person that I want to be with for the rest of my life.
I don't get it. You're paying to get blue-balled.
Yeah.
What the fuck would you do?
I'm about to have a honeymoon where, like, I'm definitely going to, like, smash. Like, I just, like, no, I'd be like, realistically. Like, realistically, though. Like,
Imagine not having sex on your honeymoon.
Oh, jeez.
Wouldn't you be like, oh my God.
What have I done?
Yeah. What have I actually done?
Shit.
You know there's post-nut clarity?
Yeah.
Do you reckon that there's been people that once they've gotten married, there's been like post-marriage clarity? And I mean really quick, as in like on the honeymoon, they've gone, oh my God, this is the person who I'm going to be with for the rest of my life.
Be.
It really would be, wouldn't it?
There'd have to be.
Yeah.
In a scary way, not to grow fear into anyone, but hopefully you're quite happy with the person that you've chosen.
Surely. It's just hard because I came from so one of the jobs I did yesterday was this guy's getting a divorce, and apparently they spent like $400,000 doing a reno on their house, and then one night after the reno finished, she just came in and she's like, I'm done. It's over. I'm done. And now they're just living together, but he's like sleeping in their caravan. It's just
awkward.
so awkward.
You hear stories about that, and it's like, like we're not together anymore, but we're still in the same. And I'm like, and you always hear it's like, oh, we just make it work and all that, but it's like, that's going to be eating one of you's up.
Do you know how bad my dad was with? My dad would come into my room because that was happening with my parents. Like my mum was staying until she found a place, and he would come into my room privately and be like, "Why is she still here? What's she doing?" Like
clearly fucking living.
And I was just like, "Fuck! Why are you ranting to me? What am I going to do? Like, fuck! This is just."
Yeah.
It was one of those things where it's like where you should rant to a mate, but. He was ranting to his kids, and then like I'm sitting there, I'm like, mum's a bitch. Like,
just trying to play like you trying to like watch YouTube or something like that. You're like, I don't know, I don't care.
Do you know what with the divorce parts? I remember being the night it kind of happened. I remember he took me out to dinner just to take his mind off things, and then in two separate scenarios, two people he knew saw him and asked like how my mum was, and like. He just was like, his like eyes were like nearly like just red, like not knowing how to react. And I feel like a lot of people, that would be one of the hardest things about a divorce is, especially the ones you don't expect to have a big friend group. Because I feel like if parents mostly, they either have a lot of friends or they don't.
Yeah.
And if you're in a big friend group where everyone knows everyone in school and all that, and they break up, or especially cheating, just facing those other... and having that conversation too.
No, you're so spot on, man. You're so spot on. I still remember, like, I don't want to touch on it too much, but I still remember when you like initially told me, because I don't think you were at school for like the next couple of days or whatever, or something like that. I think you weren't at school, and I was like, that's really weird. Like, you're sort of always there, like, reach out, just say like, what's up? And then I can remember you telling me, but like, this was at the stage where you were doing YouTube quite well, and you were very like, for me personally, like you were. I would say that like I looked at you as like the guy that always just made jokes.
Yeah.
It was very like not serious, like just taking the piss like all the time. So when you said it, it was sort of like, like it's a bit of a dark one to be like, hey, I've got you sort of thing. Like, can't believe you believe me sort of thing. So my initial reaction I think was like, no, come on, man. Like, why haven't you? And you're like, no, dude. Like, and I'm like, man, you're like, stop taking like, and you're like, man, I'm not fucking kidding. Like, it actually, and I'm like, I feel horrible. I feel so bad. Oh, shit.
The worst I've ever seen you. Fuck. The worst I've ever seen you was when, like, feeling bad. Was I remember we were all in a group chat, and I talked shit about this one girl that I just wasn't a fan of. I think because I was good friends with one of the guys, and I just kept hearing things about how their relationship was, and like in my head, I'm like, oh, do you know what? Like, he gives so much, she gives so little. So in a different group chat, I just made like a joke, like a single joke, and if I think back to it now, it wasn't even that bad. It was just like, I think we were going to a footy game or something.
Yeah,
it was just like oh, well, we'll all have fun because this person won't be there, and that was it. And then you added the boyfriend of that person to that group, and he obviously went back through the chat.
Who does that, by the way?
And when you found out, because it wasn't your fault at all. But no, hold on, it wasn't your fault. But at the time, I wasn't not going to be pissed because I'm like, fuck, this is like now in my head I'm thinking of like, shit, how do I explain him? How do I see him at school tomorrow? How do I explain it to her? All this shit, and you're sitting there like, oh my god, how's he going to do this? Because I fucked this up. So I remember you were fully like really trying to be friendly with me that night.
I was so bad.
You were like really like,
you were up your ass.
Yeah,
it was so
up
bad.
my ass, like laughing at everything I said, and I was just trying to be like, trying to calm down, like, but fuck this guy. They're like, yeah. I think I messaged you the next day or a couple of days later, just like, I'm not mad at you, just this is the scenario or something like that.
Yeah.
And you were stressing.
Oh, man, I'm just a stress head.
Yeah.
Like, there's no, like, in my head, there's no, like, nah, it'll be all right. It's genuinely, like, it's gone. Like, you've fucked it. Yeah. Like, mate, like, there's no coming back from this. He'll never want to hang out again. Yeah. Who are you going to talk Power Rangers to?
He's going to beat you up.
Genuinely, like, it's sort of like that. Maybe not like the beat up sort of thing, but just genuinely, though, it's just like, well, you can kiss that friendship goodbye.
Yeah.
Whenever you've had that ship sailed, it's not going to be nowhere near as good as what it was. You've ruined it. There's no way in 10 years' time you'll be doing a podcast with him in his house. You can kiss that goodbye.
You're going to have to do it with Mum now. Oh, fucking.
Mum, come on in. Do you remember when I was a kid? That's not...
You're trying to tell funny stories, and then no, that's not appropriate. Think about your future,
Mum. Then I was out clubbing, and then you were doing what? Oh, just we were out just drinking because like that's what you do at clubs.
I remember a friend once that I went clubbing with, and I didn't associate him with him too much, like because it was separate, but he did illegal things, so I stayed right away from him, but. I knew of him, and one time he had a minty,
the old Eclipse mints,
and his Eclipse mints were full of not minties,
spoilers,
illegal substances.
Well, yeah. By the way, if you get to the age of like 18, you're going out clubbing, and someone's like, "You want an Eclipse mint?" It is a rarity that they're Eclipse
Your
mints.
breath's fine. Yeah. Dodge it. It's going to be good. Go get gum.
Yeah.
Anyway, he had...
Not from the guy, though, that's in the corner that's just chewing.
With sunnies on. So, yeah, I would never associate myself with him. Good bloke, but I'd never do that. Anyway, so I don't know how I heard this story, but his mum walked in on him in his bedroom. He was having a snooze, and his Eclipse Minty's tin was out in the bed, and his mum went to have one. And she like put one in her hand, went to chuck it in the mouth, and like he jumped over. He's like, no, like, stop it!
He heard the Eclipse mint tin open and just wakes up from his come down.
He really did. Oh, and I thought of all the scenarios.
Can you imagine how dangerous that is, though? Like if the parent didn't
she
even
did have one. Oh,
just like out the
just in the kitchen.
Just like.
No, son, I love you. I love
sit
you.
Sit down on the couch.
That would be fucking a nightmare.
It's like that video though, with that like mum at the Christmas thing.
Yeah,
it's like with the thing, he's like.
Imagine if like,
oh shit!
Imagine if like my brother or my dad, the night we had those crazy brownies, ate a full one.
Yeah, no.
Or like that doing his video game, and he had like all three. I would actually, I'd be terrified.
I'm kind of glad that like we've had parents that don't necessarily agree with that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
like they're very like, look, we know like you're gonna grow up, like we'll do whatever you do. Ideally, we don't want to know. Obviously, if shit hits the fan, like we need to know, like we want to know what you're on, sort of thing. But like ideally, like we don't want to know more or less. Like you just because like man, I couldn't. The fact that there's people out there, like our mate who's now no longer here, and all that. I remember how he's just like, yeah, man, me and my old man, we're just getting high together. I'm like, that to me sounds so weird. Like I wouldn't. That makes me uncomfortable. Like, I don't know, man. Like I don't want to be associated. Like
then he had an unhealthy relationship with weed.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right. Like, because if you go too hardcore. Then you're too. When you do end up doing it, you go the next level because you've missed out so much, or you want to go against your parents. But if you don't do it enough, then they're a bit too reckless and they're not knowledgeable about it. So it's about finding that fine line too.
Like, because it's still weird as well how you like hear like some parents, like some people are like, oh no, my parents, like yeah, they knew someone, so they get me, and I'm like.
That's too weird.
What the what is that?
That is weird. I don't like that. I could never do that.
Oh yeah, Johnny's around. They're just on their come down. So it's like, I was provide them with this. I'm just like, no, like, I don't want to get. I don't want to be seen.
Yeah, isn't it funny that I've heard than on the come down. It's like it ruins you for 3 days.
Oh,
I've
big
heard.
time.
Like how it is that your whole week is pretty much thrown out until you feel better
How
again.
fucked is it though, knowing that like there's still to this day and all that, there are people that massive Friday night back up with a massive Saturday. Sunday you're fucking space cadet.
Yep.
Sort of like shit, I've got to go to work tomorrow. Monday you're rat shit because if you're at afters, you might still be going on at afters. So Monday you're still sort of like out of it. Tuesday you're a bit. Wednesday's like you come down day, you feel depressed. I'm a piece of shit. What the hell am I doing with my life? Thursday you're like, oh, it's kind of close to bang you back again. And it's that weekly dangerous cycle that just doesn't.
There's those people
stop.
that they go clubbing non-stop, like it's their thing, and they do the 2-day benders. They know all the people. They do all their after parties. That would be very hard to continually do.
What job are you doing as well to afford that?
Same with people that were really fit in the clubs that would take a lot of coke. I would go, okay, well, if you're a footy player, let's say for example, do you not have a game tomorrow? Or did you have a game today?
Yeah,
what's footy training going to be like? Are you not wrecked? Because I know, not for me, people I know, they're like full on.
Yeah, it takes it out of it.
Sunday is Netflix and not leaving the bed.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
At all. There is not a task.
Might be lucky to eat like one meal.
Oh, lucky.
Like-
Yeah. It's lucky to down it.
Like sort of thing. Like, yeah, it's just, I don't know.
Crazy times.
Expensive habit.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. But it's expensive.
Shit.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Hopefully you've enjoyed the long... What's the time on the old roadcaster, just by the way? I can't really...
An hour and 13 minutes.
An hour and 13.
I think it was 2 minutes of setup. Jesus.
That's not bad, though. The longest one yet. So for anyone...
That is the longest one yet.
For anyone out there, I suppose, yeah, the cameras have obviously died. But if you've made it this far and all that, what are your thoughts? Have you enjoyed like a longer... Like, is it something that maybe like you wouldn't mind us doing? Like,
Fuck,
every
the
now
YouTube
and then?
upload is going to take ages now I think about it. I'm going to have to do that overnight.
Oh, shit.
But wow, that is a long one.
Because there has been some that are like...
It just
we
flowed
wouldn't
though.
mind.
I didn't think that was an hour and something. Very good.
Yeah, because there's obviously some out there that are enjoying the longer...
Yeah, I've got a few people saying to me that they want longer. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. That is Morokaii with 2 eyes. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of the week.
Yeah,
I don't know.
week, day, night, evening, morning.
I went to say video as I'm finishing it off.
Just hopefully you've had a good one.
Thank you guys, and we'll see you next one.
Boom.
Boom.